Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Sanyogita ma'am. Good evening.
Are you taking kadha, sir?
I have definitely drunk kadha a couple of times, several
It is
times.
made of. Yes.
My problem was something else. I have this habit of going to bed either bare, you know, bare chest, or with just the undershirt or a t-shirt. And in this kind of weather, I think when you go to bed, you should be wrapped up warm properly. And
Yes, sir.
in my room, there is a nice small ventilator, but I think it is becoming a problem in this weather because at night it allows the cold wind to get in, and the temperature of my room is the coldest in the entire house because of that opening. So today I got it kind of sealed.
Yes, you can cover it with a cardboard types.
Yeah, that's what I asked my
Safeguard.
doctor to do today.
Yeah.
So I have kind of figured out what was making, and I think I'm going to get better from now on. I need to be a little bit extra careful. That's it. I
Good
was
evening,
taking
sir.
it lightly. Hey, Samir. My carelessness has cost me. I wouldn't be sick for this long otherwise. Where are the rest of them? Mhm. I think we should start reading the text. People will join us.
Yes.
Lovely. It is 5:39 already. I was expecting them to be here by now, but it's rather cold. Oh, I think
Today you started your class earlier, sir.
I
Yeah,
started on
five
time.
minute, five
Yeah.
minutes before.
Yeah. We were in the middle of the text. Let's continue reading. And I hope my audio is
Good
loud.
evening, sir.
Hey, Kaka Shabita, Ganpat, Samir, Kaka Shah, you know, everybody else, please. Okay, be on camera, please. When he got to Dover, when he reached Dover, he saw a French journalist waving a flag. I was expecting you guys would practice a few sentences. मैंने मम्मी को खाना बनाते हुए देखा. I saw my mom cooking.
Mother cooking.
जब मैं किसी बच्चे को रोते हुए देखता हूँ, when
When I
I
saw a
so मैं
children
कहता
crying.
हूँ, when I see a child crying, I feel really sad. तो ये प्रैक्टिस नहीं करी आप लोगों ने, कोई वजह? कोई प्रैक्टिस नहीं करी आप लोगों ने? एनी रीजन? और भी बहुत कुछ था प्रैक्टिस करने के लिए. Until he flew into fog.
Oh,
कोई वजह?
I forgot, sir. I only listen the audio file recording. I only listen the recording.
27 years old, 22 mile journey, 22 miles. He cut the engine at 60 feet. प्रैक्टिस की आदत डालिए बच्चों, और ये अच्छी चीज नहीं है बिना प्रैक्टिस की क्लास में आना अगले दिन, ठीक है? ये आदत डेवलप हो गई, क्लास से निकलना क्लास में आना, क्लास से निकलना क्लास में आना, तो आपकी इंग्लिश की ग्रोथ रुक जाएगी। एवरीबॉडी, ऋषिकेश, समीर, आयशा, बी ऑन कैमरा एंड बात समझना जो बोल रहा हूँ। इसकी आदत अगर पड़ गई ना, क्लास से गए फिर अगले दिन क्लास में आ गए, तो ग्रोथ रुक जाएगी। पक्का लिख के रख लेना, ओके? बिकॉज आपकी ग्रोथ होती है आपके प्रैक्टिस से, जो मैं आपको सिखाता हूँ उस चीज की।
सर
चलो बेटा,
इसकी हिंदी क्या हुई? आई सॉ फ्रेंच जर्नलिस्ट वेविंग अ फ्लैग। मैंने देखा जर्नलिस्ट को जो तिरंगा फहरा रहा था।
तिरंगा नहीं, तिरंगा है झंडा।
झंडा लहरा रहा
सर सॉरी, झंडा लहरा, वेविंग अ फ्लैग।
झंडा लहरा रहा था, वेविंग।
यस।
He cut the engine at 60 feet. साथ में आरी लेके गया था, है ना?
नो सर।
नो सर।
Cut the engine at 60 feet. तो कैसे काटा होगा इंजन को?
ना, बंद स्विच ऑफ कर दिया सर इंजन।
He switched off the engine, right?
यस सर, ही स्विच
Switched
ऑफ
off the engine at 60 feet. Common sense भी लगाना पड़ता है, right? Common sense. He cut the engine at 60 feet. अब कोई नहीं, he switched off the engine at 60 feet. Crashed into a good evening. सारे लोग इस बात के गिल्टी है कि सब बिना होमवर्क किए आए हैं, इस नहीं करी आप लोगों ने। तो मैं इस चीज के लिए अगले दिन से आप लोगों को 50 रुपीज या 100 रुपीज फाइन कर दूंगा अगर आप ऐसा करोगे। यू नीड टू कम हियर आफ्टर द प्रैक्टिस। जो पढ़ाया मैंने उसकी प्रैक्टिस होनी जरूरी है। सिमिलर सेंटेंसेस लिखना, दिखाना, क्या हम समझ गए वो जो आप बताए थे? ओके। He cut the engine at 60 feet and crashed into a field. Past tense of cut?
कट सर, यस।
कट
What is
कट
that?
कट।
Cut. No changes. There are some verbs which don't change in the past form. He cut the engine at 60 feet. कितना आसान है, सारे verbs ऐसे ही होते, कितना अच्छा होता है, कोई में चेंज ना होता। Yeah, he cut the engine at 60 feet. पता चल गया ना कि उसने engine को 60 feet पे बंद कर दिया। No, his normal altitude was 250 feet, right? He was flying at 250 feet. But when he got to Dover, he cut off the engine at 60 feet. He came down when he was about 50 feet high. Then he cut off the engine. And he crashed into a field.
Oh, sorry, sir. I'm late. I'm being late.
Yeah, you are a little late today.
I'm confused. I'm waiting message. Then I check mobile. Then sorry, sir.
Okay, Nishat. I was confused. I was waiting for,
I
not
was yes, sir. Past. I was
Yeah.
confused.
I was waiting for the message.
Yeah.
Crashed into a field. The news quickly went around the world. Which news?
पहुंच
The
Dover. He got to Dover.
The news that he,
Luis Valerio went to Dover.
exactly, the news that he traveled to
Luis,
Dover from Calais in an aeroplane, right?
yeah.
That news. The news quickly went around the world. The news quickly went around the world.
Around the
The whole
world.
world got to know about it. The whole world got to know about it. सबको पता चल गया.
Yeah.
The news quickly went around the world.
Yes.
Went around the
The
है ना?
world. Yeah.
The news quickly
Went around the world.
The news quickly went around the world, and Mr. Blario's flight was celebrated in London, Paris. And Mr. Blario's flight was celebrated in London and Paris. Kashif, your brother, said yesterday he could not attend the class. Then I forced him. Then he came. Again, he's saying, I can't attend the class today. So talk to him and ask what's going on. Okay? Why is he
Somebody is dead, so he
uh,
attend there.
the funeral?
Yeah.
The funeral. Somebody in the area, in the village is dead, right? And he's
Yes.
attending the funeral. Okay, I understand. The news quickly went around the world. Went around the world means everybody understands?
Yeah,
It started, everybody got to know about it. Everybody
got to know about it.
got to know about it.
Mm.
Hmm. डाई को डायरेक्ट डाई बोलने से अच्छा पास अवे बोला जाए, पता है क्यों?
Yes, sir.
कुछ
Someone
कुछ
has passed away.
some topics are not very nice to talk about.
Mm.
They are not very nice topics like death, right? So instead of saying somebody died, we can say somebody passed away. कोई मर गया बोलने से अच्छा लगता है कोई
गुजर
गुजर
गया.
गया, right? I hope everybody understands.
Mm. Yes.
There are some topics we don't want to talk directly about them. So we use some words and phrases which say the same thing, but in an indirect manner. So, yeah. The news quickly went around the world. The news quickly went around the world. And Mr. Blario's flight was celebrated in London and Paris. And his flight was celebrated in London and Paris. सबको पता है किसने celebrate किया? लोगों ने celebrate किया, right?
Yes.
Yes, his flight was celebrated in London and Paris. The sentence को तो एक ही है दोस्तों. His flight, Mr. Blario's flight was celebrated. यहाँ बी वर्ब भी है और celebrated भी है. ये celebrated किस फॉर्म में है पता है आपको? V2, V3 बताओ.
Celebrated.
V5.
V3, sir.
हाँ, ये celebrated जो
tense
लिखा वो किस फॉर्म में है?
V2 में.
V2 sir.
V2 होता तो
V5.
sir. V3.
V2 होता तो उसके पहले people होता, people celebrated. समझे? अगर वो celebrated V2 होता तो उसके पहले क्या होता? People celebrated.
People celebrated.
क्योंकि जहां आप V2 लिखते हो उसके पहले उसका डूअर लिखते हो ना? I went, she
Hmm.
came,
Yes sir.
Yeah.
I taught. समझते हो?
Hmm.
तो यहाँ वर्ब हमारा बी वर्ब है. हाँ, वर्ब क्या है दोस्तों?
B verb.
Was celebrated. Mr. Blario's flight was celebrated. बी वर्ब दिख रहा है? Was.
Yes.
Yeah. Who celebrated?
Mr. Valerio flight.
London and Paris.
Mr. Valerio.
Oh no. Oh no.
His
Who
flight.
celebrated? Who celebrated?
Mr. Blario's flight.
Come on. Who celebrated?
People of London. People of London and Paris.
Who celebrated? Who celebrated?
People of
celebrated.
London. Yes, sir.
Right.
Those people of London and Paris.
हिंदी करना who celebrated की हिंदी करना दोस्तों.
Who celebrated?
किसने सेलिब्रेट किया? किसने कौन किसने सेलिब्रेट?
किसने celebrate किया? Who celebrated? I can hear some noises, Nishat, coming from your side, Nishat.
Yes, sir.
People
Sorry,
around.
sir. Yes, sir. Sorry.
Okay, beta. Okay. So, who celebrated? किसने celebrate किया? Then people celebrated, right? Everybody? और कौन celebrate करेगा? Animals cannot celebrate, right?
Yes.
People
Yes,
celebrated.
People celebrate.
People celebrated.
What did the people celebrate?
People.
They
The
celebrated
Valerio
Mr.
flight is
Blario's
come.
flight. No,
Yes.
listen to me.
They
They
Mr. Valerio
celebrated
flight
Mr.
is
Blario's flight. They celebrated Mr. Blario's flight.
They celebrated Mr. Blario's flight.
They celebrated Mr. Blario's flight.
Yes.
देखो गौर से, Mr. Blario's flight was celebrated. 4 words हैं, गौर से पढ़ना. Mr. Blario's flight was celebrated. Mr. Blario's flight was celebrated. Who celebrated Mr. Blario's flight?
The people.
Obviously,
people
people.
celebrated.
Or who else can celebrate? Right. अब सुनिएगा. Jungles were destroyed. Jungles were destroyed. Who destroyed the jungles?
People.
People.
The people.
People
What did
destroyed.
they destroy?
Jungle. People destroyed jungle.
और मैंने जंगल से बोला jungles were destroyed. हिंदी बोलना है इसकी.
Jungles.
Jungles were destroyed की हिंदी बोलना.
जंगलों का नष्ट.
Destroy हो गए.
Jungles were destroyed.
जंगल का जंगल को डिस्ट्रॉय बर्बाद
जंगल को
जंगल बर्बाद
नष्ट
किया गया.
Okay. Mr. Blario's flight was celebrated.
मिस्टर ब्लेरियस फ्लाइट वाज
कुछ
सेलिब्रेटेड
सेलिब्रेट किया गया.
मिस्टर ब्लेरियस
Flight.
फ्लाइट सेलिब्रेट किया गया.
People were happy about this. No, they said, Mr. Blario, you've done a great thing, right? Mr. Blario's flight was celebrated in London and Paris. He won. Who won?
Mr. Bulerio.
Mr. Blario won. यहाँ was नहीं है ना, गौर से
Won.
देखिए.
Won.
ये वन कौन सा फॉर्म है? V2, V3.
V2 win won.
जवाब दीजिए सारे लोग, कॉन्सेप्ट समझ आए तो.
V2 sir.
V2. और इस V2 को करने वाला he who, Mr. Blario won. Mr. Blario ने win किया. Mr. Blario win किए a prize of 1,000 pounds. He won a prize of 1,000 pounds. Mr. Flight was celebrated in London and Paris. बोलिएगा कि प्रिंसिपल साहब का बर्थडे सेलिब्रेट किया गया स्कूल में.
प्रिंसिपल सर.
Principal's birthday was celebrated in school.
वेरी गुड. अब बोलिए स्टूडेंट्स ने प्रिंसिपल के बर्थडे को सेलिब्रेट किया.
प्रिंसिपल सर बर्थडे बात सेलिब्रेटेड.
Students were celebrated principal's birthday.
यही तो मैं चाहता हूँ कि आप
बर्थडे बात सेलिब्रेटेड बाय
Students
फायदा है?
the principal's birthday were celebrated by the.
मुझे बाय दाई नहीं चाहिए. मैं वो नहीं सिखा रहा. मैं वर्ब फॉर्म पे फोकस चाहता हूँ. आप लोग अपनी पुरानी नॉलेज मुझे मत शो ऑफ करिए कि आप क्या जानते हैं. मैं क्या सिखा रहा हूँ वो आप समझ पा रहे हैं, ये सीखना चाहता हूँ. आपको हमेशा लगता है कि मैं आपको चेक कर रहा हूँ. मैं आपको चेक नहीं करता. मैं आपको सिर्फ ये देखना चाहता हूँ कि आप क्या सीख पा रहे हैं, आप कितना जानते हैं. मुझे ये चेक करने में कोई इंटरेस्ट नहीं. कितनी बात बताऊं, अभी मैंने ऐसी कोई सेंटेंस पढ़ाई जिसमें बाई, टाई, आए, चाई ऐसा कुछ आए?
पहले पढ़ाया था बाय वाला.
अभी जो मैंने पढ़ा नहीं, मुझे नहीं लगता. मुझे लगता है मैं सिर्फ वर्ब फॉर्म पे सेलेक्ट करके रखा हुआ, बहुत सेलिब्रेटेड पे सेलेक्ट करके रखा हूँ ताकि आपको समझ में आए, कुछ कनेक्शन बने आपके दिमाग में, कुछ एहसास हो आप लोगों को.
Principal birthday was celebrated.
By student.
प्रिंसिपल्स बर्थडे वाज सेलिब्रेटेड. ये तो पक्का है, राइट?
Yes.
Yes.
स्टूडेंट्स से शुरू करो. स्टूडेंट्स
celebrated principal's birthday. Celebrated principal birthday.
Students celebrated.
बोलो.
Students celebrated.
The students celebrated
The students
the principal's birthday
The principal's birthday.
birthday
in school.
In school.
अब ये दोनों सेंटेंस पे वर्ब पे ध्यान दो, सब्जेक्ट पे ध्यान दो, समझ में कुछ आएगा. The students celebrated the principal's birthday. The students celebrated the principal's birthday. and the principal's birthday was celebrated. और कल अगर ये practice बिना किए आए हो क्लास में तो मैं पक्का बता रहा हूँ, I can put you in the waiting room. मैं आपको waiting room में भी डाल दे सकता हूँ कि नहीं आपका नहीं रहना चाहिए क्लास में. आप समझ रहे हो, मैं बहुत स्ट्रिक्ट रहूंगा 2025 में आप लोगों के साथ. मैंने सोचना बंद कर दिया है कि मैं बड़े लोगों को पढ़ा रहा हूँ. मैं सबको बच्चे की तरह ट्रीट करने वाला हूँ क्योंकि आप सब चाहते हैं कि मैं ये करूँ आपके साथ.
थैंक यू सर.
मेरा आइडिया जो है फ्लॉप कर गया कि मैं आप लोग को बड़ा समझूं, एडल्ट समझूं. हाय श्वेता, unmute yourself Shweta.
Is Sweta new student?
Yes, she is. Shweta, unmute yourself.
Let me check. Let me check.
She can hear me, I think.
Shweta.
Maybe she doesn't know how to unmute herself, so let me help her.
Oh yeah, here it is.
Hello.
Here she is.
Hey Shweta, how are you doing?
Hello, sir. I'm fine.
Yeah. So you need to turn your camera on.
एक मिनट sir.
Hey Shazia, very late. Mahfouz, you're late too.
Yes, sir. Class में sir. इसीलिए.
Okay, everybody help Mahfouz. Class था, कैसे बोलेंगे? I was in class. I was in my college class. So, Mahfouz, क्या पढ़े आप? What did you study today?
Botany.
Botany?
Yeah.
Are you preparing for NEET?
जी.
You want to be a doctor?
Yeah.
What did you study in botany today?
Flowering plant.
Which plant?
Flowering plant.
Okay, tell me a little bit about it. What did you study?
Plant discussion, angiosperm, or monocot, dicot.
What's the difference? Tell me the difference.
प्लांट के बारे में, प्लांट के अंदर का सारा पार्ट.
Monocot, dicot के difference बताइए. Tell me the difference between monocot and dicot.
Monocot और dicot.
नोट पलट रहा है.
नहीं सर, नोट fruit.
Fruit with one seed.
Okay. Never mind. Relax. So, Shweta beta.
Yes, sir.
Shweta is from Bihar Sharif, but she is not in Bihar Sharif. She is now doing her MCA, right? Sorry, MBA, Shweta.
Yes, sir.
And which university are you doing your MBA at?
University, not sir. Lloyd Business School College
Yeah,
in Greater Noida.
in Greater Noida.
Yes, sir.
How long have you been in the course? How long have you been in the course so far? It means
Approx 6 to 7 months.
6 to 7 months,
Yes, sir.
right? Is the course what you thought it was going to be, or is it different? Your expectations when you joined, and now How do you feel? Is there a difference in the expectations you had of the course and the actual course you're doing? How are you
Yes,
feeling about
sir.
it? What's the feeling? You can feel free to respond in Hindi as well, no problems.
Okay.
If you understand what I'm trying to ask.
Yeah.
Somebody decides to do MBA, they have certain things in their mind. And when they are actually doing the course and the feelings and the experience they're having currently, is there any gap in that? Is there a difference in the expectations you had and what you're doing right now?
So right now I'm doing MBA, but something is different because uh, okay, I explain in Hindi.
Go ahead.
ओके मैं पहले मेडिकल में थी तो उसके हिसाब से अभी फिलहाल तो बहुत ज़्यादा डिफरेंस है इस कोर्स में और उस कोर्स में और बहुत कुछ एक्सपेक्टेशन थी हमारी कि ऐसे कुछ होगी पर उससे बहुत ज़्यादा ही है और इसमें थोड़ी सी ज़्यादा मेहनत भी है इंटर्नशिप के लिए फिलहाल अभी तो कोर्सेज हमारी सेकेंड ट्राइमेस्टर तक चल रही है तो अभी तो हमारे इंटर्नशिप का कोई भी वैसा सीन नहीं है आगे थर्ड ट्राइमेस्टर से वो चीज़ें स्टार्ट होगी
Which year did you finish your graduation?
24
In 24, last year.
यस
Why didn't you think of maybe taking a year's gap and prepare for maybe CAT or something so that you could get into a government college for CAT for MBA?
सर टाइम अगर मैं
You
वापस से
You just
गैप
finished your graduation in 2024. So you could have taken a year's gap. For 1 year, you could have prepared for CAT exam, and then you could have taken admission in a better college. Maybe, government colleges are always, I will say, they have better reputation, right?
यस सर
IIMs and all. Why didn't you think of it? ऐसा सोचा क्यों नहीं आपने?
सर मुझे कोई आइडिया नहीं था ऐसे एमबीए के लिए मैंने अचानक से अप्लाई किया था मतलब मुझे मेडिकल में मैंने मेडिकल
पैनिक
वो
वाला
नहीं कर पा रही थी
डिसीजन
जिसकी वजह से
पैनिक
मैंने
वाला
कुछ
हाँ पैनिक वाला डिसीजन सही है एक तरह से.
यस सर
I can understand. It's okay. Okay, let's continue. So which sentence is correct? Shweta chose MBA. Shweta was chosen MBA. I'm asking a very basic question. Come on, everybody. Tell me. Shweta
Shweta was
MBA
chosen
or Shweta was MBA?
MBA.
What?
Shweta choose MBA.
She
Shweta
chose MBA, right?
chose MBA.
She
Yes.
chose an MBA course.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good, good. Mr. Blériot's flight was celebrated in London and Paris. He won a prize of £1,000. The crossing, which crossing are we talking about? The crossing, whenever we say the and a noun, it means people know which we are talking about, okay? When I say the new student, आपको पता मैं किसके बारे में बोल रहा हूँ?
Yes, Shweta.
बारे में बोल रहा हूँ?
About Shweta.
श्वेता, ताकि ऐसे ही होता है. द लगाने का मतलब है स्पीकर और लिसनर दोनों को पता है. ठीक है? मैं कहूँ द न्यू स्टूडेंट, यू शुड, अच्छा मैं आप लोग को बोलता हूँ, यू शुड वेलकम द न्यू स्टूडेंट. यू शुड वेलकम द न्यू स्टूडेंट. तो आप किसको वेलकम करोगे?
Shweta.
राइट. ऑब्वियस है ना हु द न्यू स्टूडेंट. सो जब आपने पढ़ा था क्रॉसिंग, when you read the phrase the crossing, which crossing are we talking about?
Yeah. The event. L'Oreusio Blight.
Crossing of English Channel,
The channel, sir.
right?
Crossing of English.
Person flew from Calais to Dover. This person flew from Calais to Dover, and that he crossed English Channel, right?
Oh.
Yeah, the
sir.
crossing was the start of modern aviation. The crossing was the start of modern aviation. It was the start of modern aviation. The crossing was the start of modern aviation. Everybody knows the word aviation. On the very first day, I explained,
Yes, yes.
progress in aviation was phenomenal. It was, see, before this event, before this event, man never made an air journey. It was the first time man made an air journey, flew in an aeroplane from Calais to Dover, from France to England. It had never happened before. It was the first time. It was the start of modern aviation. Today, we fly very long flights, right? 10 hours, 20 hours flights. And the speed of aeroplanes is in 1,000 kilometers an hour, right? Today, planes fly really fast, don't they?
Yeah.
But this plane flew only 40 miles an hour, about 60 kilometers, 66 kilometers an hour. And it was only for 37 minutes. But today, flights are very long, very fast. So we can say the crossing was the start of modern aviation. It was just the beginning, right? Who said this line? Who said this line? The crossing was the start of modern aviation. Who made this comment?
Said Luis Valerio.
Louis Blériot said this.
Luis Valerio.
Who is this Louis Blériot? The grandson of the pioneer. The pioneer means who? Pioneer? The pioneer means what? Do you know what the meaning of the word pioneer?
Grandson, pioneer.
Anybody can tell me what is the pioneer?
Pioneer.
No, I don't know.
A
Pioneer.
pioneer is a person who does something new for the first time.
Mhm.
Okay? Who does something new for the first time. In the field of computers, who is the pioneer?
Charles Babbage.
Charles
Right?
Babbage.
He was the man who first made a computer. So
Yes.
we can call Charles Babbage the pioneer in the field of computers. And when it comes to lights, light bulbs, who do you think gets the credit to be called the pioneer?
Tom Sword. Tom Sword ना क्या था नाम? Thomas.
Edison.
Thomas
Right?
Edison.
Thomas Edison.
Edition.
Yeah, he was the first man who made a light bulb. So clearly, those light bulbs were very poor quality. Today's light bulbs are much better quality. Today's computers are much better than the computer Charles Babbage made.
Yeah.
But these people can be called pioneers.
Pioneer.
Okay, the
Okay, sir.
pioneer, the pioneer in the computer world, the pioneer in the world of lights, light
और यहाँ
bulbs.
पे grandson का meaning क्या हो जाएगा सर? What is the meaning of
मीनिंग
grandson
होता है
of?
ग्रैंडसन का एक ही मीनिंग होता है मैम, उसका कुछ और एक्स्ट्रा मीनिंग नहीं होता है ना. ग्रैंडसन मतलब पोता.
Oh.
तो किसने ये लाइन कही दोस्तों?
Of the Luis
Grandson
The crossing
Luis
start of modern
Valerio,
aviation.
the
of the
grandson of
pioneer.
Bangalore.
किसने कही ये लाइन? लुई ब्लेरियो ने कही. लुई ब्लेरियो कौन?
The grandson of the pioneer.
Pioneer people.
कुछ कंफ्यूजन हो रहा है दिमाग में? कुछ कंफ्यूजन हो
yes
रहा है?
sir, yes sir.
बहुत बढ़िया.
इसको एक लाइन में समझाइए.
He was the
Grandson of
pioneer,
the
na sir?
pioneer.
I will. Yes, Renu?
He was the pioneer because he
But
Grandson of the
grandson of
pioneer.
yeah, I agree, Renu, I agree with you that Louis Blériot was the pioneer, right?
Yes,
Who
sir.
made the air journey.
Yes, sir.
But who made this comment?
Grandson.
Because I think, sir, he is not Louis Blériot who fly first time. He is, I think, he's a son,
Is the-
grandson. He is a grandson, not no.
Hello,
Yes.
sir. Good evening.
Hey, Adib, good evening, beta. Shweta, beta, you are here for the first day, but I had already shared with you the text, right, beta?
Yes, sir.
So you've read
Who
the
has
text.
also same name, Louis
Yeah.
Blériot.
Yes, Renu. Now you are doing you're making logical conclusions. Okay. All those people who were confused, congratulations. You were confused, it means you were trying to understand what was written. Those who were not confused at all, they did not understand anything. समझिएगा, हर बार आंसर मायने नहीं रखता, पहले सवाल हो मन में, ये मायने रखता है. ठीक, अगर आप कंफ्यूज्ड हुए, इससे ये पता चला कि आप कुछ एहसास किए थे. बात समझ में आ रही है?
Yes, sir.
तो अगर आप कंफ्यूज्ड हुए तो कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशन. अब उसकी क्लैरिटी लो. The crossing was the start of the modern aviation. The crossing was the start of
Modern
Mod-
aviation.
said Louis Blériot, the grandson of the pioneer. So we all know who the pioneer was. The pioneer was Louis Blériot. Okay, but who made this comment? The grandson of the pioneer made this comment. And what was his name?
Louis Blériot also.
It means Louis Blériot was the name of two people. The man who made the air journey was Louis Blériot, and his grandson was also called
Louis Blériot.
Louis Blériot.
The grandson.
Correct? I hope everybody understood.
Yes, sir.
The pioneer was Louis Blériot, and his grandson's name was also.
Louis Blériot.
And who made this comment? This journey was, this crossing was the start of modern aviation. Who
Louis
made this?
Blériot, grandson.
Grandson or the pioneer himself? Who made this journey, this comment?
Grandson.
Grandson.
Made
The
this
grandson
comment.
made this comment. Okay. Yes.
That means, sir, दादा पोता का सेम नेम था.
This is what we concluded, didn't we? You still have doubts in this?
No, sir. I
Ganpat, you cannot keep your camera off. Don't you know this? Why are you rigid on this? Afreen, Ganpat, why are you keeping your camera off? Is there a reason? And Afreen, again, you are sitting with the light behind you. I have already told you, I don't like this. I want you to sit like Shazia is sitting. Okay, Afreen, the way Shazia is sitting. Light on your face, not behind you, sweetie.
Okay, sir.
Okay, people. The crossing was the start of modern aviation, said Louis Blériot, the grandson of the pioneer. So the grandson made this comment. The grandson appreciated his father's contribution. He said, my grandfather was the first man who made this air journey, and because of him, modern aviation has started. Whatever we see today, fast aeroplanes, long flights, big aeroplanes, all these things are possible today, or have been possible today, because of that air journey that my grandfather made in 1909, because it was the beginning, it was the start. Do you all agree? Somebody needs
Yes, sir.
something for the first time?
yes, sir. I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
right. So now we are moving on to the second text. Sweet Shweta Beta, you had a problem with your answer. You did not understand one thing, but don't worry, I will share with you the recording from yesterday. And now take a look here. On July the 16th, 1969, देखो श्वेता ने मुझसे टेक्स्ट चैट में जो लिखा है इंग्लिश, उससे ये पता चलता है कि श्वेता के पास समझ है. जैसे मेरी दूसरी स्टूडेंट है खुशी, उसके पास भी समझ है, राइट? तो क्या होता है, आप में से कई लोग ना अपने आप को एक्सपोजर देना बंद कर देते हो, इस वजह से बोलना मुश्किल हो जाता है आपके लिए. तो अगर आपको समझना है कि आपको इंग्लिश तो आती है, नहीं आती तो आप इंग्लिश मीडियम में पढ़ाई कैसे कर रहे हैं, तो फिर बोलने में क्यों झिझक रहे हो? कुछ बेसिक चीजें दिमाग में मिसिंग है, और सबसे ज्यादा मिसिंग है एक्सपोजर. तो अलाउ योरसेल्फ टू लिसन टू इंग्लिश ऑन अ डेली बेसिस, an hour or two. Conversation, simple and easy conversation. Not very complicated stuff, easy conversation. Something that you understand 90%, 95% without any external help. You just listen, and you should understand what you listen to. And listen to those things every day, and you will feel the change in you within 6 months. But nobody tells you to do this. They all say, join my classes, join this class, join that class. Array, yaar. Learn, grammar, improve vocabulary. All these things are less important. What is more important is you allow yourself to listen to English. And when I say listen to English, simple and easy conversations where two people are having conversation which you understand 95% without any trouble. You listen and you understand. That kind of conversation helps. Which is why Adib will benefit more from this class now because he has reached that level where he keeps listening to me, he keeps growing, he keeps listening to me and he keeps growing. Okay, let's continue. On the 16th of July, 1969, why are we saying on? Why are we not saying in? Everybody take note of it, okay? If you don't have the habit, develop a habit. We use on before days. And the 16th of July is a month or is a date? The 16th of July?
Is a day.
It is a date. It's a
And
date.
we use on before days and dates. So on the 16th of July, 1969. Similarly, here on July the 25th, some people say, "Arey, July ke pehle to in aana chahiye." No, we are not saying on July. We are saying on July the 25th. July the 25th is a day, it's not a month. Everybody agrees?
Yes.
So,
Let's continue. Do you have any questions, anyone? Let's continue. On the 16th of July, 1969, at 9:30 in the morning, notice the way it is written. At 9:30 in the morning. And take a look at this phrase here. On the morning of the 25th. Again, we are talking about a day. Which day?
25th.
The 25th of July, 1909. We are talking about that day. On the morning of the 25th, take a look at this here. At 9:30 in the morning, Apollo 11 lifted off from the Kennedy Space Center in Florida. Apollo 11 lifted off. Here we read, took off. Everybody knows the way planes take off.
Yeah.
Right?
Take off.
This is how planes take off. But rockets, they lift off like this.
They lift off.
Yeah, rockets lift off. Okay. So from Kennedy Space Center, Apollo 11 lifted off. From where? From the Kennedy Space Center in Florida. There were three astronauts. Neil Armstrong. If I want, can I insert a phrase? There were three astronauts on board. Can I put this phrase on board?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Remember that phrase I taught you a few days ago?
Yes,
There were
sir.
three astronauts on board. Neil Armstrong, Buzz
yes,
Aldrin,
sir.
and Michael Collins. There were three astronauts on board. Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, Michael Collins. The enormous rocket, enormous means
बहुत बड़ा.
बहुत बड़ा.
very, very, very big, a large.
Very huge.
Very
Yeah.
huge.
The enormous rocket took 3 days. Took 3 days to complete the 250,000 miles to the moon. So this sentence tells you how far the journey was. How far was the journey? How far was the journey?
250 miles.
250,000 miles.
Yes,
1,000
yes, correct. The journey was 250,000 miles. We have a terrorist in the class right now. Is he here to kidnap us or kill us? I don't know. His name is very, very, nice and interesting, Chiku. But Chiku, are you here as a terrorist? What are you here for? Well, it's okay. Well, you are muted. Hmm.
Oh, sorry, sir. I am not terrorist, sir. I am your tutor student.
Okay, Chiku. The enormous rocket took 3 days to complete the 250,000 miles to the moon. Okay, Kashif. The rocket took 3 days to complete the 250,000 miles to the moon. Now think about it. In 1909, we made our first air journey. That was an achievement. And 60 years later, within 3 years, we reached the moon. We went so fast.
Within 3 years?
Within 3 days, you know, in 1969, we flew so fast that we reached the moon in 3 days. It took 3 days, right? The rocket took 3 days to finish the journey. Mute yourself, Samir. It's noisy from your side. Appreciate this achievement, guys. The enormous rocket took 3 days to complete the 250,000 miles to the moon, traveling at 6 miles per second.
Hello.
Per second.
Okay, who's getting a phone call?
Sir, 1 minute, sir.
Okay, everybody, take a look at this arrangement. The enormous rocket took 3 days to complete the 250,000 miles to the moon, comma, traveling at 6 miles per second. If I want to give a full stop after moon, can I start the sentence with the word traveling? Guys, think of this as sentence structure. The enormous rocket took 3 days to complete the 250,000 miles to the moon. Full stop. Can I write traveling at 6 miles per second? Next line.
It traveling at.
Yes, Sayogita man, well
The
done.
enormous rocket.
The
Traveling
enormous
at
rocket,
6 miles
fantastic, Adib. The enormous rocket traveled at 6 miles per
at 6
second.
miles.
Everybody, this
The
traveling,
enormous
okay,
Felt.
is fine here because of this comma. But if I change this comma into a full stop, then I will change this arrangement and I will write the rocket traveled
this
at 6
rocket
miles per
traveled at.
second. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
The enormous rocket took 3 days to complete the 250,000 miles to the moon, traveling at 6 miles per second. Then it circled the moon 30 times. Then the rocket circled the moon 30 times, giving time to prepare for the landing. It circled the moon 30 times. And why did it circle the moon 30 times? What was the need?
Prepare for landing.
This is not a good response, Kalpana. I'm not very impressed. You should not be happy with your answer, Kalpana. You should not be happy with your answer. You should not be happy with your answer. Simple. My question, everybody, is why did the rocket travel or circle the moon 30 times? Shweta, would you like to answer this?
Giving time to prepare for landing.
That is
Because
copy
it-
paste. That is copy paste. That's not your answer. You shouldn't be happy for your answer.
Actually, I do not understand this line, sir.
No, everybody understands. But
Giving time to prepare for landing.
Okay. Okay, I can explain. Look, it was not a routine activity that they had done 1,000 times before. It was the first time that they were going to land on the moon. So
Yeah.
they needed to make sure that everything was right. They needed to be doubly sure for everything. Right, everyone? So when they reached the moon, then they did not directly land on the moon. They circled the moon 30 times. The sentence says, the rocket circled the moon 30 times, comma, giving time to prepare for the landing. After all, from the rocket, they had to land onto the moon, right?
Yeah.
They were gonna do it for the first time. It was a never before event. They had no prior experience.
Mm.
Is that clear?
Yeah.
They had no experience of the same thing. It
Mm.
was the first time.
Mm.
So they wanted to be confident about everything. So the sentence reads, the rocket circled the moon 30 times, giving time to prepare for the landing. So my question now is, how, why did they circle the moon 30 times?
Because
They are
because they
searching.
want
They want to know about moon.
because they want to know
Thing
about
is,
mm, uh, the
everything is
landing place.
fine there.
Because they needed time to
They
prepare.
needed.
They
They
needed time.
needed
Time.
time.
They needed time. The
Sir,
rocket
they
circled
want
30 times because the astronauts needed time to prepare for the landing.
Oh,
Time.
now I understand, sir. Now I understand.
They needed
मतलब
time to
उनको 30 बार मतलब उनको समय की जरूरत थी उनको जमीन में उतारने के लिए इतना समय उनको चाहिए था.
they needed time, so they kept going. भाई अभी नहीं जाओ, अभी रुक जाओ, अभी पहले अभी घूमते रह, अभी देख ले, सब लोग सब तैयारी कर लेते हैं
सर
पहले कैसे क्या
सर
क्या.
क्या
वो
कहना है?
एक्चुअली इंश्योर करना चाह रहे थे कि वहां पे सब कुछ परफेक्टली मतलब जो लैंड करवाएंगे वो परफेक्टली वहां लैंड हो सकता है कि नहीं, इसलिए वो टाइम ले रहे थे उस चीज को करने के लिए.
Exactly.
Oh,
But I was not happy about you speaking Hindi, Apurva. It was unnecessary. ऐसा कोई मुश्किल टॉपिक नहीं पढ़ रहे हम लोग जिसमें हम लोग को इतना समझ लगाना पड़े, लैंग्वेज की वजह से मुश्किल हो रही है. क्या ये बात सही है?
यस सर.
तो
ही
astronauts गए थे, when the astronauts got there, तो आपका दिमाग क्या कहता है? वो जाएंगे ऐसे, ऐसे उतर जाएंगे हवाई जहाज से, ट्रक से, ऐसा होता है?
no,
दे
no.
वांट
ऐसा नहीं सोच पाए.
दे
अगर आप
वांट
नहीं सोच पाए, सॉरी अपूर्वा, होल्ड ऑन, अगर आप में से कोई भी ऐसा नहीं सोच पाया, तो ये सिर्फ और सिर्फ आपकी एक इंसान के तौर पे फेलियर है कि आपका इमेजिनेशन ये ब्लंट हो गया है. मैं बार बार ये बात बोलता हूँ कि कोई भी चीज समझने, कोई भी एक्टिविटी की पढ़ाई हो रही हो, तो उस एक्टिविटी में होता क्या है? इसी दुनिया में होती है ना, लैंडिंग वगैरह सब इसी दुनिया की बात है ना. तो आपके दिमाग को पहले इमेजिनेशन होना चाहिए कि क्या करते, कैसे करते वो. मैं भी एस्ट्रोनॉट नहीं हूँ, लेकिन कॉमन सेंस ये कहता है कि वो
Time.
गए होंगे तो ऐसा धड़ाम से उतर नहीं गए होंगे. और वहां जब आप ये लाइन पढ़ रहे हो, the rocket circled the moon 30 times, giving time to prepare for the landing. तो फिर आपका इमेजिनेशन करना चाहिए, अच्छा इसीलिए 30 बार घूमते रहा. उन लोगों को लग रहा था कि पहले भैया क्या क्या कह रहे, नहीं नहीं किस बात के लिए कह रही संयोगिता मैम आप? फिर से
यस सर यही.
पहले संयोगिता मैम नहीं किस चीज के लिए कह रही, मैं ये नहीं समझ पाया. ऐसे ऐसे क्यों कह रही, नहीं समझ पाया मैं.
उनको मतलब 30 बार वो इसलिए ना वो 30 बार घूमे कि एवरीथिंग इज फाइन देयर ना कि हर चीज वहां पर सब कुछ ठीक है या
मैम आप
सुरक्षित
अपने
है
दिमाग
या
मुझसे
उसके.
कुछ मत पूछिए, प्लीज मत पूछिए, क्योंकि मैं इंग्लिश सिखाऊंगा. मैं आपको वो नहीं बताना चाहता जो आपका काम है. प्लीज समझिए सब लोग यहाँ पे, मुझसे कंफर्म मत करिए. मैं कह रहा हूँ पहली बार जब कोई जा रहा है मून पे, तो क्या वो जाकर कैसे उतर जाएगा? रॉकेट उतार देगा ऐसे जाकर के
नो
वहां पे?
नो नो
नहीं.
नो नो गिविंग
उनको
टाइम टू प्रिपेयर
उनको
फॉर लैंड.
तो उनको सब चीज करना है, तो वो पहुंच तो गए, लेकिन उसके बाद ऐसे ऐसे गोल गोल करते रहे. क्यों करते रहे?
करते रहे क्योंकि वो जमीन में उतरने के लिए उनको
उनको
समय चाहिए था.
तैयारी करनी थी कि हाँ भैया कैसे
तैयार
उतरना है,
हाँ
क्या करना है,
कैसे
सब पता था,
उतरना क्या
पहले से
करना
प्लान करके
हाँ.
गए थे. वहां सब चीजों को
यस
एक्सिक्यूट करना था, तो इसलिए 30 बार ऐसे ऐसे करते रहे
इस बार हाँ
ताकि
समझ
समय
गए.
मिल जाए उनको. अब ये बात आप सबके दिमाग को ऐसे भी समझ में आना चाहिए था. मैं ये कह
गिविंग
रहा हूँ,
टाइम
मुझे
टू प्रिपेयर
बताने की जरूरत
फॉर.
नहीं होनी चाहिए थी कि यही चीज तो था. दैट्स
समझ
व्हाई
में आ रहा था
व्हाई
सर
डिड दे
लेकिन
सर्कल 30 टाइम्स. मैंने सवाल पूछा, व्हाई
हम्म,
डिड द रॉकेट सर्कल द मून 30 टाइम्स? Why did the rocket circle the moon 30 times? तो आपको कहना चाहिए था
तो से
because the astronauts needed time.
needed time to prepare for land.
They needed time. आप ये बात क्यों नहीं सोच पाए कि क्यों सर्कल किया? ये सवाल है, आप ये क्यों नहीं समझे? बिकॉज द सेंटेंस ऑल्सो सेज दैट। लैंग्वेज अपने जगह पे है, लेकिन आप सेंटेंस में पढ़ा आपने द रॉकेट सर्कल द मून 30 times, गिविंग टाइम टू प्रिपेयर फॉर द लैंड।
तो कल्पना भी यही आंसर दी थी, तो शायद आपने उसको ही कर दिया।
क्या क्या उन्होंने कहा था?
कल्पना ने यही बात कहा था ना
क्या
शायद,
क्या?
कि उनको जमीन पे उतरने के लिए समय चाहिए था।
She only said, she only said, na ma'am, giving time to prepare for the landing.
तीन वर्ड्स यूज किए, तीन वर्ड्स यूज किए। ओके, आखिर सेंटेंस के आखिर का, तो मैं क्यों उसको एक्नॉलेज करूं? तीन वर्ड्स यूज किए उन्होंने, कल्पना ने तीन वर्ड्स यूज किए थे। मैं याद करता हूँ, प्रिपेयर फॉर लैंडिंग, उन्होंने कहा था प्रिपेयर फॉर लैंडिंग। मैंने कहा आई एम नॉट, यू शुडंट बी हैप्पी विद योर आंसर। आपको अपने आंसर से खुश नहीं होना चाहिए। अगर आपके जहन में कान में आ रहा है कि वो लोग क्यों 30 बार घूमे, तो आपको बोलना चाहिए था क्योंकि। आपको जवाब से ऐसे बोलना चाहिए था क्योंकि। आप क्योंकि भी नहीं बोल रहे सबसे पहले, कनेक्शन किधर है लैंग्वेज से आपका? दोस्तों, जब मैंने पूछा व्हाई डिड दे सर्कल 30 times, व्हाई डिड द रॉकेट गो अराउंड द मून 30 times, तो आपका आंसर कहाँ शुरू होना चाहिए?
Because they wanted to
कुछ इस
for
तरह से शुरू होना चाहिए था। तो अब बीच के आखिर के तीन वर्ड्स बोलोगे तो मैं उसको कैसे खुश हो जाऊँ? और आपको क्यों खुश होना चाहिए उससे? समझ रहे?
Sorry, sir. That time I got my mistake, and that is why I did.
हाँ, नहीं नहीं, अभी संयुक्ता मैम को ये बता रहा हूँ कि आप कैसे खुश हो सकती उस आंसर से कि उन्होंने यही कहा था। वो तीन वर्ड्स बोली थी, प्रिपेयर फॉर लैंडिंग। इससे क्या समझ में आया हमें? हमें लैंग्वेज सीखना है ना, तो हमें अपनी बात को बताने का तरीका होना चाहिए कि हम भाई क्या बोलना चाह रहे हैं। बिकॉज, क्योंकि मैंने पूछा व्हाई, तो आपका जवाब आएगा बिकॉज द एस्ट्रोनॉट्स नीडेड मोर टाइम, needed time to prepare for the landing on the moon.
That time I wanted to correct my correct me, sir, but some other student start replying, so I go on mute.
Started.
I started replying, so I went on mute.
Yeah. Giving time to prepare for the landing. The lunar landing. The lunar module landed on a part of the moon called the Sea of Tranquility. The lunar module landed on a part of the moon called the Sea of Tranquility. अच्छा, यहाँ फुल स्टॉप कर देते हैं फिर से। जो कॉमा है ना, इसको फुल स्टॉप कर दीजिए 30 टाइम्स के बाद। अब गिविंग टाइम से तो नहीं शुरू कर सकते। हाउ विल यू स्टार्ट द सेंटेंस?
Because they needed
The
time.
lunar module
the
landed at 8
the astronaut
written
gave time to prepare for the landing.
Then it circled the moon 30 times. Full stop. अगला सेंटेंस का पहला वर्ड क्या होगा?
They gave time.
सॉरी अपूर्वा, यू आर रॉन्ग।
they needed time. They needed time
यहाँ
to
हमें जो दिखा है वो बताना है। आप लोग हमेशा कॉपी पेस्ट पे रहते हो, आप लोग अपने इंडिपेंडेंटली नहीं सोच पाते, और ये मुझे बहुत अखरता है। मैं चाहता हूँ कि आप लोग कर सके ये चीज, कोशिश करिए। अभी संयुक्ता मैम, आप मेरा सेंटेंस पे आप चिपक गई हैं, ठीक है? आपको अपना ये सोचना पड़ेगा। हाँ, कोई बताए भाई, अभी पीछे सेंटेंस में करा हम लोगों ने, ट्रैवलिंग के साथ करा था, और अदीब ने एक बहुत शानदार जवाब दिया था। अदीब बेटा,
The satellite gave time to prepare for the landing.
आपको सिर्फ लिखना चाहिए इट गेव टाइम।
it gave
क्या लिखना चाहिए दोस्तों?
It gave
It gave time to prepare for the landing। और आप कह रही हैं the astronauts gave time। एस्ट्रोनॉट्स ने किसको समय दिया भाई? हाँ, एस्ट्रोनॉट्स गेव टाइम। सेंटेंस का क्या मतलब निकला? एस्ट्रोनॉट्स ने समय दिया।
No, sir. Now
Then it
now I
circled 30 times, full stop. It gave time to prepare for the landing। इससे समय मिल गया, इससे समय मिल गया लैंडिंग के लिए प्रिपेयर करने का, राइट? आप समझ रहे? It circled the moon 30 times, full stop. It gave time to prepare for the landing। और मैं आपको फिर से बताता हूं, मैं बहुत नाराज हूं इस बात से कि आप लोग सब आए बिना कोई रिवीजन के कल के क्लास के बाद। There is not a single sentence in the group. I want every single person here to understand. If you're in the class and you guys are benefiting from the class, you need to show what you have learned. So after every class, you need to do the revision work and practice some sentences in the group. Show me what you learned in the class. Like I taught you today something. Show me what you learned. Show me what you learned. Your practice will show me what you learned. और सबकी practice एक जैसी नहीं हो सकती, क्योंकि सब अलग अलग लेवल पे सीखते हैं एक ही क्लास में. कोई कुछ सीखेगा, कोई कुछ और सीखेगा. तो आपको दिखाना है मुझे प्रैक्टिस करके कि आपने क्या सीखा. ओके और ये हर दिन की बात होगी, एक दिन की नहीं. एवरी डे यू विल लर्न समथिंग. जब भी मैं से कुछ पढ़ाऊंगा, सिखाऊंगा, चाहे ऑडियो, आपको प्रैक्टिस करना होगा ग्रुप में. आपको अपने सेंटेंसेस लिख के दिखाने होंगे जो आपने सीखा. ये आपको डिसाइड करना होता है बैठे बैठे कि आप क्या सीख रहे हैं, कौन सी बात आपको सीखने को मिल रही है. ये चॉइस आपका है. हर एक स्टूडेंट खुद सोचेगा कि मैंने आज ये सीखा, मैंने ये सीखा. 90 मिनट्स में मैं बहुत कुछ बताऊंगा. हो सकता है सब चीज आपको ना समझ में आए, लेकिन जो आपको समझ में आता है वो आप प्रैक्टिस करोगे. इज दैट क्लियर एवरीवन? Is that okay? Do you promise that you're going to do it? Because I'm not going to teach this way, that you come to the class next day without any preparation. Because वो ऐसे ऊपर जाने के लिए आप वहां रहेंगे तो हम थोड़ी ऊपर जाएंगे. आपको साथ साथ चलना है मेरे. जैसे अभी इस टेक्स्ट का जो डिफिकल्टी लेवल है, इस टेक्स्ट का जो डिफिकल्टी लेवल है आपके सामने, और अगर मैं इस टेक्स्ट को कंपेयर करूं इस टेक्स्ट के डिफिकल्टी लेवल से, तो क्या लगता है इससे मुश्किल है था कि नहीं? ये आसान है ना, ये वाला सामने जो आपके. फिर इससे थोड़ी मुश्किल हुई थी ना जब हमने ये वाली पढ़ी. तो फिर इससे थोड़ी मुश्किल हुई थी जब हमने ये वाली पढ़ी थी टेक्स्ट. तो ये तो आपको समझ में आ रहा है कि कैसे हम आपको थोड़ा थोड़ा डिफिकल्टी लेवल लेके ऊपर जा रहे हैं. फिर इसके बाद आपने ये टेक्स्ट पढ़ा, मोर डिफिकल्ट. फिर ये टेक्स्ट पढ़ा आपने, फादर डॉटर टेक्स्ट. तो अगर आप ये इग्नोर करने वाला एटीट्यूड रखोगे तो आप अटके रहोगे, और आपके अटके रहने से मेरा क्लास आगे नहीं बढ़ सकता. यू अंडरस्टैंड दैट? तो आपको अपना काम करना होगा. कल मैंने कुछ बताया आप लोगों को, लेकिन यू गाइस प्रैक्टिस नथिंग. तो मैं आज भी उम्मीद करूंगा कि आप नहीं करेंगे प्रैक्टिस. कल वाली चीज चलेगी नहीं, ऐसा नहीं कर सकते आप. यू हैव टू प्रैक्टिस एवरी डे. जो आपको सीखने को मिला है, आप पेन एंड पेपर लेके बैठिए, किताब में अंडरलाइन करिए लाइंस को, किस पे मैंने मेहनत करी, सर ने ये एक्सप्लेन किया, मुझे समझ में आया, मैं ऐसे लिखने वाला हूं. लेट्स कंटिन्यू. और जैसे मैंने अभी बताया कि अगर आप लोग ऐसे सेंटेंस में फंस रहे हैं, तो इसको खत्म करने का, कि अगले टेक्स्ट में, यूनिट 8 वाले टेक्स्ट में आप ना फंसे, इसके लिए जरूरी है that you guys do your practice, ताकि आप साथ में ग्रो करें हमारे. Now the lunar landing. From this phrase, the lunar landing, what is the part of a speech of lunar and what is the part of a speech of landing?
Lunar is adjective, sir.
Very good. And landing is a noun.
Okay.
The lunar landing. Okay. Guys, in English, there are two words, lunar and solar. They are both used as adjectives. Okay, you have heard lunar eclipse, solar eclipse.
सूर्य ग्रहण और चंद्र ग्रहण.
Okay, Chandra Grahan and Surya Grahan. So eclipse is a noun. Lunar and solar are adjectives. So tell me, आपके ये समझ में आ गया? Anything related to the sun can be called solar, right? Related to the sun. Solar means related to the sun, and lunar means related to
Moon.
the moon.
The moon.
Right. The lunar landing. Okay. It means landing on the moon. The lunar landing means
Landing on the moon.
Landing on the moon.
Landing on the moon. Yeah, the lunar landing. The lunar module. Now, when you read the phrase the lunar module, what do you learn? What do you understand? Module is a noun, verb, adjective.
Noun.
It's a noun. And मैं चाहूंगा
It's
कि
a
सारे लोग जवाब दें मुझे, सना खास करके, ठीक है?
noun.
आप भी जवाब दो मेरे बच्चे. Because I just told you lunar is an adjective. तो the lunar module मतलब module has to be a noun. What noun मतलब एक चीज. चीज कैसी चीज को मॉड्यूल कहते हैं बेटा? कोई ऐसी चीज जो बड़े का हिस्सा हो लेकिन अपने आप में कंप्लीट हो. किसी बड़े का हिस्सा हो लेकिन अपने आप में कंप्लीट हो. जैसे द होल रॉकेट डिड नॉट लैंड ऑन द मून. ओके, a giant rocket, an enormous rocket went into space, right? But the whole rocket did not land on the moon. A small part of the rocket detached itself and landed on the moon. Okay, a small part of it, lunar module. Module मतलब होता है एक छोटा सा हिस्सा, a small part of something big, कोई बड़े चीज का छोटा सा हिस्सा. But it is complete. देखो, दिस पार्ट लैंडेड ऑन द मून. यही लैंड किया था मून पे. ये पूरा रॉकेट नहीं है, समझ रहे हो ना? दिस इज नॉट द एंटायर रॉकेट. दिस थिंग दैट यू सी, द रॉकेट वाज बिग बट ए स्मॉल पार्ट ऑफ द रॉकेट डिटैच्ड इटसेल्फ, अलग हो गया रॉकेट से, एंड लैंडेड ऑन द मून. ठीक है? सो मॉड्यूल मीन्स समथिंग पार्ट ऑफ ए बिग थिंग. जैसे अभी जो कोर्स आप कर रहे हो ना, इट्स कॉल्ड द एलिमेंट्री मॉड्यूल. क्या कहते हैं हम लोग इसको?
Elementary
Module.
हाँ, इस कोर्स के बाद आप फ्री हैं, आगे ना करना चाहें आपकी मर्जी, कोर्स कंप्लीट हो जाएगा. लेकिन ये एक पूरे कोर्स का एक हिस्सा है. कौन सा हिस्सा है? एलिमेंट्री मॉड्यूल. तो मॉड्यूल मतलब हिस्सा बोल सकते हैं कि नहीं? राइट. लेकिन चिपक मत जाना हिस्सा वर्ड से. मॉड्यूल मीन्स पार्ट. मॉड्यूल मीन्स पार्ट. बट दिस पार्ट इज कंप्लीट. अपने आप में कंप्लीट होता है, ऐसे समझते हो आप? ओके. So, the lunar module landed on a part of the moon called the Sea of Tranquility. It landed on a part of the moon, moon के उस हिस्से पे जिसको क्या कहते हैं? Called the Sea of Tranquility. क्या कहते हैं? The Sea of,
Sea of
Tranquility.
it is called the Sea of Tranquility.
Tranquility.
Capital S, capital T, the Sea of Tranquility. This part is called the Sea of Tranquility. At 8:17, tranquility means peace, calmness, peacefulness, tranquility. Sea of Tranquility. In the evening on the 20th of July. In the evening on the 20th of July. अगर मैं यहाँ इवनिंग के ऑफ लगा दूं, ऑन को ऑफ कर दूं, ठीक है? इवनिंग ऑफ द 20th of July, तो ये इन रहेगा.
On the evening of 20th.
On the evening on 20th of July.
ऑन को ऑफ करने की बात कह रहा हूं. ध्यान से सीखो और यहां से सीखो. इसीलिए अगर कल तुमने प्रैक्टिस करी होती, फिर से पढ़ा होता, तो ये गलती होती क्या? अगर तुम यहाँ गौर, कल ही पढ़ाया था मैंने ये, लेकिन कल तुम लोगों ने क्लास खत्म करने के बाद कुछ किया है इंग्लिश के लिए? अगर तुम अपना टेक्स्ट दोबारा देखते तो ये लाइन देखते कि अच्छा ऑन द मॉर्निंग ऑफ द 25th. सही है. तो वैसे ही अगर यहाँ लिख दे
On the
ऑफ
morning
द 20th of July, तो यहाँ क्या हो जाएगा? ऑन द इवनिंग ऑफ द 20th of July. Right?
of
But we have in the evening because here we have on the 20th of July. So learn phrases this way. Pay attention to the phrases. It was time for the astronauts to rest. Which people? Renu, you were there in the Sunday evening class, the grammar class, article class. Take a look. It was time, or the time. Can you see? It was time. We had a question related to this. I took you guys to elementary course unit 1. Mom, it's time for school, remember?
It was time for
It is
Time
time
for
for
school.
school. Okay?
Time for
So it
school.
is time to do something. सोने का समय हो गया है. कैसे बोलेंगे? How will you say this line? सोने
It
का
was
समय हो गया.
time to go to bed.
अरे
To
रे
go
मैंने
to
कहा
bed.
सोने का
Oh,
टाइम
sorry,
हो
sir.
गया है.
It is time to go to bed.
It is time to go
Time
to
to go
bed.
to bed.
Another option is it is time for bed.
It is time for
It
bed.
is time for
Time for bed.
डिनर का समय हो गया है. Come on.
it is time for dinner.
It's time for dinner.
time for dinner. It's time to dinner.
It
It's
was
time
time
to
for
have
the astronauts to rest. It was time for the astronauts to rest. What does it mean, everybody? It was time for the astronauts to rest. Astronauts के rest करने का समय था ये. When they landed at 8:17 in the evening, it was time for the astronauts to rest. Connection. It was time for the astronauts to rest. When we read this sentence, we need to remember the previous sentence that they landed at 8:17 in the evening on the 20th of July. And at 8:17, according to their schedule, according to their routine, it was time for the astronauts to rest. वो सब चीज रूटीन से करते हैं ना जब जाते हैं स्पेस में तो they have to be very disciplined, right? Because they have to perform very serious tasks. I hope you guys can appreciate all these things. When you are celebrating your weekend at home, you can stay awake until 2 o'clock on Saturday night, no problems. You can get up at 11 in the morning on Sunday, no problems. But when you go to space, when you go into space to perform a task or something as astronauts, as scientists, then you have to be very disciplined about what you do and when you do it. So it was time for the astronauts to rest. उनके आराम करने का समय था. अब समय आ गया है कि लड़कियां अपना अधिकार मांगे. चलो, say it in English.
It is time for the girls.
The girls क्यों?
time.
It is time for girls.
It is time for girls.
It is time for girls to demand their rights.
Want their
To
rights.
Want their rights.
Yes.
It is time for girls to demand their rights. Demand their rights.
Right. It is time for girls to demand.
बच्चों के सोने का समय हो गया. चलो बच्चों तुम्हारे सोने का समय हो गया है. Children, it is time for you to. It is time for you to go to bed.
Go to bed, yeah.
Children, it is time for you to go to bed. Children, it is time for you to go to bed. Students, it is time for you
It is
to
time
take-
for go
take-
to
understand your responsibility. Students, it is time for you to understand your responsibilities. अब तेरे मरने का समय आ गया है. It is
time. It is time for
time for you
And for you to
to go and join your ancestors in hell. Okay. मैंने वो नहीं बोला जैसे हिंदी में बोला, तो मैंने कुछ बदल दिया है ना इंग्लिश में. मन किया मेरा इसीलिए. Okay. It was time for the astronauts to rest, but they were too excited to sleep. But they were too excited to sleep. अब इसकी हिंदी सब लोग कंफ्यूज हो जाते हैं. They were too excited to sleep की हिंदी करो.
excited. They were so excited. सोने के लिए बहुत excited.
सहयोगिता मैम, कभी कभी आप मुझे सरप्राइज कर देती है. यू आर सो सच ए सेंसिबल वुमन. मतलब कैसे कुछ भी बोल देंगे आप. कम ऑन.
वो तो सर मून पे थे तो कैसे सो जाएंगे.
हाँ, कैसे सो जाएंगे. They were too excited to sleep. They
Come on
were
everybody.
excited to sleep.
It's a
Wanted to sleep now.
Come on everybody, you can do it. It's not that difficult. Shweta, tell me, what does it mean? They were too excited to sleep.
They were too excited to sleep.
They
They were
wanted to
too
sleep.
excited. They couldn't sleep.
Yes, Renu. Again, a logical conclusion. Good. As long as you guys are using your common sense, your logic, you will be right. Remember that. So first of all, if you are in America for the first time, okay, doesn't matter what time you get there. Do you feel like sleeping? Do you feel like sleeping? You don't want to sleep, right? You
No.
are there for the first time. Some people are on the moon for the first time, and you think they want to sleep?
No.
Come on. They were doing, okay. Have you seen young children, when they know it's their birthday tomorrow, oh, they can't go to sleep. They, Mummy, mera birthday kal hai. And they can't sleep because they're very excited. When you are excited, your body doesn't go to sleep. It's common sense. You have experienced it, haven't you?
Yes, sir.
Exciting होने वाला हो. If there is something exciting to happen tomorrow, तो आज सोने में बड़ी मुश्किल होती है. नींद नहीं आती इंसान को. लगता है जल्दी से सुबह हो जाए. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
So they were too excited to sleep. अब यहाँ पर इंग्लिश का ग्रामर सुनिएगा. This bag is too heavy to lift. This bag is
Too heavy to lift.
too heavy to lift. This problem is too complicated to solve within a day or two. This problem is too complicated to solve within a day or two. ये problem इतना complicated है, we cannot solve it within a day or two. एक दो दिन में नहीं कर सकते. This bag is too heavy to lift. It means this bag is so heavy that we cannot lift it. These shoes are
Too expensive.
too expensive to buy. I cannot buy them. They're so expensive.
This car is too expensive.
So do you remember studying this?
Yeah. The car is so expensive.
So on the 10th of January, it was your birthday, Ravi? You wrote on the 9th of January, you felt the same. It means on the 10th of January, it was your birthday. You feel so excited about your birthday now. Ah, okay. I'm not sure. 9th of January, yep. I don't know. I think you had something. He wrote it happened with him on the 9th of January. We don't know what happened, what was special about the 10th of January, that he could not go to bed on the 9th. Maybe it was his birthday, or maybe he had some special event coming up. Unmute yourself and answer, Ravi. What are you creating this suspense for? We can't hear you, Ravi. Nothing. We can hear nothing. There is something wrong with your mic, maybe. Okay, carrying on, people. Too heavy. Oh, this tea is too hot to drink. This tea is?
Too hot to
Too
drink.
What does it mean? This tea is so hot that I
can't drink
can't
it.
drink.
So I
Can't
can't
drink
drink
it.
I
I
can't
can't
drink it.
This tea is too hot to drink.
Sir,
Yeah.
the wall is too high to climb.
Yep. Fine. No problems. And there is a very common phrase in English, too good to be true. Too good to be true.
Yeah.
Have you heard this? Have you heard this line before? Too good to be true.
Yes, sir. Too good to be true.
This job offer is too good to be true. Now, suppose somebody offered you a job where you need to work 5 hours a day, 5 days a week, and they're offering you 2 lakh rupees a month, and you can work from home. Got it? You can work from home 5 hours a day, 5 days a week, and the salary is 2 lakh rupees a month. You say, my goodness, this job offer is too good to be true. Too good to be
true. Yes, sir.
not
Yes, sir.
सच नहीं
Too
होगा।
good to be true.
फंसा रहा है कोई, फंसा रहा है। To be true. Too good to be true. Sometimes you meet a person, and the person seems too good to be true. मतलब समझ गए?
जरूरत से ज्यादा अच्छा।
The person
जरूरत से
seems too good to be true. मतलब
जरूरत से
Read
ज्यादा
about this sentence in
से ज्यादा
geometric
अच्छा।
penalty.
टू बी ट्रू।
The car Jaguar in the shop was too expensive.
मैम अब हम लोग वहां से आगे बढ़ चुके हैं ना, अभी तो मैंने एक अच्छा से
मतलब
बताया।
नहीं, वही मैं बोल रही हूँ, ये सेंटेंस यहाँ पे पढ़ा था।
हाँ, और ये अभी पढ़ा हम लोगों ने, टू हॉट टू ड्रिंक,
Yes,
दिस चिकन करी इज टू हॉट टू ईट,
yes,
टू स्पाइसी टू ईट,
too
too
spicy.
spicy to eat. Means it is so spicy that we cannot eat it.
Sometimes use veg dishes also, sir. We are also here.
Come again? Oh, so
Sometimes use veg dishes
Paneer,
also.
the paneer chilli is too hot, so we can't.
We are also here. I need veg.
okay, this sentence especially for Kalpana. This guy is too good to be true. Kalpana,
Yes, sir.
your husband.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, guys, too good to be true means so good that it cannot be true. This is used to express your disbelief. For
Yes, sir.
example, you read an advertisement, job advertisement. You need to work 5 days a week, 5 hours a day, and the salary is 2 lakh rupees, and you can work from home. Then you say, wow, this job offer is too good to be true. Means you don't believe it, right? Maybe it is true, maybe it is not. लेकिन ये line बोलने का मतलब है that you doubt it. You are
Yes, sir.
disbelief. तो वैसे ही when you meet a person, आप किसी इंसान से मिलो और आप कह दो he is too good to be true, she is too good to be true, तो आप कह रहे हो कि वो इतना अच्छा है कि मुझे लगता है कि वो कुछ छुपा रहा है, इसका ये मतलब हुआ। समझ गए?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Sir, when we prepare for any exam, any competitive exams, and the result is I'm not sure about the result, and the result is good, then we say like that, na, the result were too quick to be real, like that.
Fine. By the way, इस phrase को change नहीं करते, ये fixed expression है guys. Too good to be true. Okay?
Too good to be true.
कभी कभी कोई बात,
Sir, that means you agree that my husband is too good to be true.
I mean, this is how I felt about him when I met him and I talked to
Yes,
him.
sir. Yes,
I
sir.
felt that way.
That is true, sir. What you are feeling.
I mean, he's amazing. He's absolutely amazing, समझ में ऐसा थोड़ी कि मैंने कहा टू गुड टू बी ट्रू तो हमेशा वो गलती है,
No,
नहीं।
sir. मैं समझी sir. But just
I'm
comment.
explaining it to everybody. I'm explaining it to everybody. कभी कभी इंग्लिश के phrases समझने मुश्किल होती है, समझ लीजिए। If you say somebody is too good to be true, तो आप disbelief में है कि इतना अच्छा कोई कैसे हो सकता है, ये वाला लाइन, ठीक है? कोई इतना अच्छा कैसे हो सकता है? I hope you understand, guys.
That means there is a dilemma. हो भी सकता नहीं भी.
हाँ, हो भी सकता है, नहीं भी हो सकता है, डिपेंड करता है, राइट? तो somebody is too good to be true. A job offer is too good to be true. Okay. Suppose your friend is talking about his girlfriend, वो ऐसी है, वो ऐसी है, उसमें ये अच्छा है, उसमें वो अच्छा है, खाली अच्छी अच्छी बातें, तो आप बोलो यार she is too good to be true यार, मतलब हो सकता है कुछ छुपा रही हो। Got it?
Yes, sir. Got it.
Fine.
Yes,
So
sir.
I wrap up for today. I think we will carry on tomorrow. And guys, please don't disappoint me like you did today. You are supposed to do your side of hard work. I explained everything. Now it is time for you to do your practice. Read the text again. See the parts that I explained in detail. Make similar sentences. Put them in the group. Show me that you learned something. Because if you guys give me confidence, I teach with extra energy. And if you show me that you're not interested, then I will also lose my interest in teaching with that much energy. You know that, right? So everybody, Sana, Nishat, everybody, I'm saying this to all of you. Adi beta, I know you go to school, but if you could find some time, write a couple of sentences on a daily basis, make it your routine that at a certain time of the day, you guys will practice what you studied in the class the previous day. Got it? Because it is your practice that will help you. You need a teacher to help you understand things, but just knowledge is not enough to speak English well. You need practice. Got it? I'm going to see you guys tomorrow, and two of you guys will see me in the next class. Shweta, Kalpana, I'll see you guys in the next class.
Okay,
Okay?
Okay,
bye,
sir.
sir. Bye, sir.
Bye-bye.
Sir.
Bye, sir.